Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food is Medicine, so let's get cooking. My name's Hannah. I'm a first-year resident physician here in Florida in a family medicine residency program, and I'm so passionate about cooking healthy meals, teaching others for free affordable ways of making your meals a little bit more healthy, and also imagining and being able to picture the ways that they're supporting your health. In society today, it's so essential to really know what's going into your food and learning the skills to kind of have agency and, incorporating some healthier options, incorporating some plants, some nutrient dense foods into your meals. And I want them to taste delicious as well too. So today we are making nutrient rich. Oh, Jenny's come to join. Hello, miss. Don't worry, you guys aren't eating this food. If it has a little bit of fur, it's because of this girl, but I'm gonna put her down. So today we are going to make antioxidant rich superfood pumpkin pancakes. 'Tis the season. It is a week before Thanksgiving. I'm so excited to share this one with you guys. We are incorporating something called Himalayan tartary buckwheat, which is just this superfood full of antioxidants, and I'll tell you guys why. And then it also incorporates a lot of pumpkin. It's got a good source of protein, just fiber-rich, polyphenol, full of nutrients, minerals, and plant-based polyphenols that are so good for us. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you guys how to make this. It should be a relatively quick video. I'm going to focus on the health benefits from the Himalayan tartary buckwheat, as well as the pumpkin, and why we want to incorporate protein in everything that we eat, kind of for our meals to kind of help balance our blood sugar. I actually have a continuous glucose monitor on right now, a CGM on my arm. You can't see it, but it's right here. With our residency program, we get to try them out so we can kind of counsel our patients on how they work. And it's been so interesting to see. I've noticed when I eat kind of more simple carbohydrates alone, my blood sugar will shoot up and then it'll shoot back down. But when I eat my meals that have protein in them and fiber in them, my blood sugar doesn't go up as much. Things we've already known, but it's really cool to see it, in real life on myself. And so wanted to share that with you guys. And so I'm really happy that this recipe that I feel like I've perfected, it's so good. If you guys have seen the videos, it's so good. But it contains protein as well. So this will help kind of balance the blood sugar compared to normal pancakes, which are essentially like sugar and flour and oil with syrup on top. So this is a really good option and they taste delicious. If you want updates from my YouTube videos, like the recipes and everything, I usually post like a reel of like what it looks like on my Instagram. So I'm going to include my Instagram handle below so you guys can follow me there if you want. Also be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And I also kind of do vlogs when I'm not doing recipe videos of kind of, my experience with residency and how everything's going, how I'm staying healthy, and just health tips along the way, along with just some kind of lifestyle, mental health stuff as well. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get making these pancakes. It is a Sunday morning. I've got my coffee here. It's 42 degrees this morning here in Florida. So I woke up this morning and I told my husband, I was like, today is the day we are making pancakes. So let's get started. Make your coffee. Come join me. Tea if you like. And I love that these videos, you can kind of follow along. So we're going to start with our dry mixture. I'll have the ingredient list, the wet and the dry, in the caption, as well as on my Instagram, as well as on the front screen of this video. So multiple places to find it, but we're going to go along together. So I've already prepared a little bit of the dry mixture. We have half a cup of Himalayan tartary buckwheat, as well as half a cup of whole grain wheat flour. And then I put 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder. I use this one right now. I like it. It's whey protein isolate, so no lactose in there. And then I have 1 scoop of collagen as well. So I put those all in there, as well as 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Again, you'll see that on the recipe list. Stirring those all together. So I wanted to tell you guys, I was nerding out about buckwheat in general is so good for you. It's actually from a flowering plant in the same, group of foods as rhubarb, I recently learned. Buckwheat's so good for you in general. It's full of vitamins, minerals. It's a great source of protein, actually, and fiber. It's so good for you in general, and it's a wonderful gluten-free option for kind of flours. Himalayan tartary buckwheat. is kind of a specific type of buckwheat that was grown in the Himalayas. And there really haven't been like many farming practices to it. And so it's had to adapt to endure the harsh, environmental conditions of the Himalayas. The beautiful thing about that is when plants are adapting to harsh environments, when we're not, spraying away the bugs and everything, when they have to adapt themselves without the intervention of humans, they form these things called flavonoids, kind of like these plant-based polyphenols. And because they've had to adapt so long over the years, this Himalayan tartary buckwheat, called HTB for short, is rich in plant polyphenols. The reason I only did half of a cup of this, which is plenty, is because you'll notice a very bitter taste to it, and that's the polyphenols at work. Polyphenols work synergistically with humans. They help the plants defend themselves and allow them to survive in harsh conditions, in harsh environments. But they're also good for us. So we know that polyphenols are so good for our cardiovascular health, for our brain health, for our gut health. They actually support a healthy gut microbiome. And they're also really good for our immune system. So 2-star flavonoids in HTB are quercetin as well as rutin. This is also a good source of fiber and protein. And so I am so hyped about Himalayan tartary buckwheat. You can also do buckwheat in general, but Himalayan tartary buckwheat specifically, as you can understand from kind of how it had to adapt to its environment, is just like supercharged with antioxidants. It's something that I've been wanting to try for so long because it has that bitter flavor. I've been working really hard to perfect like a pumpkin pancake recipe that didn't taste super bitter. And I feel like I've perfected this for you guys. So let me know what you think, but this is a great way to incorporate into your diet. This is the one that I got. It's from Big Bold Health. This is like not sponsored. I bought this myself. It's a little bit of a splurge. And so if you're balling on a budget, I usually am, but I wanted to try this out. You can get this or you can get normal buckwheat. Both are great options, but this just has more of the, antioxidants, polyphenols. It's just super nutrient dense. And so I was super excited, and it was kind of a challenge for me to kind of make it taste really good because of all the polyphenols in there. Because they're phenolic compounds, so they provide a taste, and so it's a bitter taste. But this has been approved. I've made this multiple times, and I'm obsessed with it. And if you've seen the videos, it looks really good. So anyway, we have our dry ingredient mixture. It wouldn't be pumpkin pancakes. Ooh, I forgot I left the cap on. It wouldn't be pumpkin pancakes without a little bit of pumpkin spice as well as cinnamon. So we're going to do, where's my teaspoon? One. We're going to do like 3/4 of a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice and 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. If you guys have been following me for a bit, I'm a little bit rough with my measurements, but I make sure that they're exact when I share them with you guys. But for me, the kitchen is just like this therapeutic place where you can really freestyle. So please feel free. Like, this is an art, and it's you guys create this the way you want to. If you want more cinnamon, less. If you want to add some nutmeg, some cloves, all spices, also rich in polyphenols, so good for us. Plant-based compounds, really good for our gut, and cinnamon can also really help to regulate blood sugar. So fun things as well there. Adding our cinnamon, and got that in there. So that is essentially our dry mixture. Put those aside for now. And I'm going to mix this all up. Again, love that it has the protein in there. 2 scoops of protein. So this is like, these are rich with protein. Use any protein powder you like. You can use a vegan protein powder. And you can make this vegan by, using a vegan protein powder, using a vegan collagen or no collagen. And then you can also change the eggs to flax eggs, which are also an option. So we've got our dry mixture here. Next up, the star of the show, the pumpkin. So I love pumpkin. As a baby, my mom said I would literally just eat this straight out of the can, which is perfect because I still love pumpkin to this day. Rich in carotenoids. Look at it. You'll see with these pancakes too, this gives it a wonderful orange color. Rich in carotenoids, great for your eye health, great for your overall health, rich in actually potassium, vitamin K, your minerals. Getting enough potassium is great for your blood pressure regulation. And then also, lots of people don't know, but carotenoids are also really good for our reproductive health. So if you've been listening to my previous videos, you've heard me talk about in my golden milk latte video. That is a really popular one. So check that out if you haven't. But carotenoids are actually really good for our reproductive health. They're actually in our corpus luteum, which is a temporary endocrine organ in females' bodies during the luteal phase, which produces progesterone. Really cool stuff, but don't get me started on carotenoids and reproductive health. For men, it's good for you guys too. I like to include, we're going to include half, it's my little spoon. Just use this for now. Oh yeah, I used it for my coffee, that's fine. Half of a can of canned pumpkin, and then I'll just use the other half when I make these again. These also freeze really well. So I'm making this video, to show you guys, and then Matt and I are gonna have these for breakfast. But you can also, these also freeze really well. So we have in our freezer already, we have some pancakes that we've been kind of grabbing on the go because residency. He's also a resident. Okay, so we got that in there. Then we're going to do our, I have 1/2 cup of applesauce and then 1 cup of soy milk. You can use any milk you like. I recommend against oat milk typically, just because I feel like it's loaded with, it's honestly just like straight carbs. There's not much protein in it. So I really like soy milk. Soy has a lot of benefits. Don't listen to the people afraid of phytoestrogens. Not good. Okay. So we got that. Phytoestrogens are wonderful. I've talked about that in other videos as well. So we got that in there for our wet mixture. And then we're also going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I can open it. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Getting our wet mixture going along well. And then we have 2 eggs. Again, you can look up, conversion to a flax egg, which is a great vegan option if you're going that route. But I'm adding 2 eggs here. Beautiful. And then in terms of oil, use whatever you like. I typically cook with extra virgin olive oil. There's so much controversy and opinions, and it almost feels like a religious debate when it comes to different types of oils. Some people are such a fan of lard and ghee and animal fats. Other people are like, oh my gosh, inflammatory oils really aren't that bad for you. Go for it. I feel like olive oil, most people will agree, olive oil is great for you. Love it. Olive oil, in my opinion, has a strong flavor, does not taste great in pancakes. So I'm using coconut oil, which sits really well with me. It is a saturated fat, but it's a medium chain triglyceride versus the other saturated fats that are found in animal products. And so if you're trying to lower your cholesterol, I would avoid saturated fats in general. There is a direct relationship between eating saturated fats and increased cholesterol. So we do know that. So do with that what you will. But I'm adding 2 tablespoons of coconut oil here. And I find this tastes just absolutely delicious. We are mixing this all up. So if you're cooking along with me, enjoy. This is the best part. And while this is happening, I'm also going to, I have a pan on the oven or on the stovetop. This is what I use. It's nice and big. It'll cook like 3 pancakes at a time, which I love. I'm going to get the stove started and heating up. There we go. So we got that going. Oh, they look so good. You guys, these are amazing. So good. And there's really not much sweetener in them. Like we use a little, 1/2 cup of applesauce. And I use 2 tablespoons of honey. So that's one thing that I love about this as well, is that there's really not much sugar. Like most pancake recipes you'll be doing get a better grip on this. I always try and look smooth for you guys in the videos, but let's be real. It's not really my forte. You're getting the real deal here. But I love that this doesn't have any just straight cups of sugar. It's got the honey in it instead, which makes me really happy. We have this raw Florida honey from Costco, which is delicious. You guys, this is a struggle. There we go. Beautiful. So our 2 tablespoons of honey. This sweetens it plenty. You'll also realize too, when you're, improving your diet and trying to decrease, processed sugars in your diet, your palate, like your taste buds literally change and, you know, can't tolerate as much sugar. 1 second. I'm gonna wash my hands. And so with that, the opposite is also true. If you're eating a lot of sugar, your body gets used to that and so it like decreases those receptors. I'm forgetting what, but with my biochemistry brain, I'm thinking that's what it is. It probably downregulates your sugar like receptors, so your palate changes and you can tolerate more sugar and you want more sugar. So it's a cycle either way. So my motivation to you guys is choose which cycle you want to down spiral into. Do you want to down spiral into needing more sugar to feel that sweetness, or do you want to, you know, go the opposite direction and, you know, something super sweet might taste too sweet and you're the person going to Starbucks and asking for half the sweetener in your pumpkin spice latte, for example. So anyway, that's just my little, you know, thing that I'll tell patients sometimes is like, you know, when you're trying to cut out sugar, like your body will adapt and it will get easier and you'll start to crave the things that you're giving your body more of. So I recommend cutting down any sugar. When my mom and I made it a point to get really healthy one year when I was in college, and it was right around pumpkin spice season. The year before, we would always, whenever I'd go visit her back in Chicago, we would go get pumpkin spice lattes. And we found ourselves walking to Starbucks, trying the pumpkin spice latte, and we literally could not finish it. We're like, this is way too sweet. Like, it was honestly nauseating, and I felt it in my mouth, and I was like, this is nasty. So I tried it again, and I asked for like half the pumpkin spice, and I was like, still really sweet. So now we're chai girls from places that aren't Starbucks. Not to blame Starbucks. My sister worked there. It's a fantastic place, and I love their drinks. But their drinks are really sweet. And it was crazy because I used to like crave them, and in the fall I'd always have them. And then after like, you know, cutting down on sugar, I like literally could not handle it. So just motivation to anyone who finds that they're always craving sugar. Like, you really can fight those cravings, and eating healthy blood sugar balancing meals with lower amounts of sugar is fantastic. I'm just chatty right now, but my husband, Matt, also, he really doesn't like having pancakes in the morning. He feels like it's too sweet and it sets him up just like feeling off the whole day. He's not a huge sugar person. He's so healthy. I'm like always trying to be like him. And so he typically doesn't like pancakes. These pancakes he loves. They've got lower sugar, and he's told me, he's like, I feel good after eating these. And so, you know, long story short, but if you're really used to having a lot of sugar, this might taste a little bit less sweet to you at first, but as you adapt your palate, you'll be able to tolerate it better. If you want a little bit more sugar, you can always add a bit more honey. You can add a little bit more sugar, and then, like, you know, through your health journey, work on kind of decreasing it a bit. But to me, this is perfect. My husband also loves this, and all my other, you know, health nuts out there who are kind of, you know, living a similar lifestyle to we do, like, this is fantastic, and they're so good. We just like drizzle a little bit of honey on top, a little bit of almond butter and some cocoa nibs, dash some cinnamon, and like, these are heaven on earth. They're so fluffy and satiating, and they're so cozy. So I am going to pour these. You can see the final product, our beautiful batter here. I'm going to get these going on the stovetop. It's been heating up, and I'm going to show you guys some nice little videos of them cooking on the stovetop. Basically, for those of you guys who don't make pancakes too often, but you'll basically just want to make sure it's solid before you flip it, because it's a little bit more dense with ingredients apart from like flour, sugar, oil, like typical pancakes. You might not see as many bubbles come to the top. You may need to wait a little bit longer. And so then just flip them when they feel ready, and they will turn out so beautiful. They're fluffy, they're wonderful. If you like thinner pancakes, you can add a bit more of the soy milk is always an option. But this consistency right here is like so ideal for us. So I'm going to show you guys kind of as the outro videos of cooking the pancakes. Hopefully they look as aesthetic as the videos that I put on my Instagram and on the YouTube shorts, because I made a batch and I was like in the fields, like the sun lighting was perfect. And I was just like filming it, and I was like, this looks so good. So this is the one I'm using to advertise them. This is the exact same recipe, and I'm hoping they turn out just as well this time. I'm going to show you guys the process as an outro just for the aesthetic feel of it. But I truly hope you guys enjoy these pancakes so much. They're so good. They're so good for you. Just, you know, imagining, you know, all the benefits it's doing for your health is part of the therapeutic process of eating healthier is, just like that positive feedback loop you get when you're thinking about, wow, I'm eating this and this is so good for my body. Keep doing that. It'll keep that motivation going. I hope you enjoy this meal. If you like this video, if you tried it out and liked the recipe, or if you didn't like the recipe, let me know in the comments. I love sharing these with you guys, and I hope that you appreciate that this is, an easy, cheap, free source of kind of information for you guys. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I love filming these. This is like one of my favorite things to do. So it's so fun to be back at it. I'm going to try and have more cooking videos coming out for you guys soon. Maybe some Christmas themed ones. I want to do a spaghetti squash one. I want to do the chili that I meal prep a lot of. Just like easy ways of getting, healthy foods into our diet. So subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have the best day, week, holiday season, and take care of yourself because you deserve it. Prioritize yourself and you'll be able to serve the ones you love even better. So that's what I tell myself, my patients. I need to take care of myself during residency. My patients will benefit, my loved ones will benefit. So sending love to you guys. Be kind to yourself, care for yourself, and I hope you enjoy these beautiful, nutrient-dense, polyphenol-rich pumpkin spice pancakes. I will show you guys the videos in the outro, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right, they turned out absolutely gorgeous. Topped them with some almond butter, cocoa nibs, cinnamon, and honey. Time to dig in. Like, look how beautiful.